It's good. Hey, welcome to the Your Need to Know podcast, where we tell you everything that you need to know happening around the world. Everything from music to news to trends to everything you need to know, technology even. Everything that you need to know is going to be happening here on this podcast. And this is the first episode. We're so glad you're here with us today, and it is going to be incredible. So why are we doing this, you might be asking? It's because I found that it takes a lot of time to get through every single thing that's happening in the world, and it is changing daily. Because there are news outlets that are trying to tell you everything. There's things that are happening in the technology world and things happening just in our life that is really busy. And so I'm compiling everything into a quick snippet of being able to let you guys know what is happening around the world. So that's the reason for this podcast, the passion behind it. I want to be able to inform you guys and let you know of things that you just need to know. And so with that being said, we're going to hop into the very first episode here, and we're going to kick off with technology, none other than the iPhones, okay? Now, this is an iPhone 10. Yes, I'm outdated at this point. Believe it or not, if you have an iPhone 10, it is outdated. All right. And so basically what has happened is that they have released the iPhone 11, which is priced at $700. Not bad. Not too bad at all. The 11 Pro, which is priced at $1,000, and the 11 Pro Max set at $1,100. And that's at the 64 gig hardware storage. And so you can up that and just add another 100 here and there to get more storage. Now, here's the thing. You might be asking, do I need to upgrade? Answer is, obviously, it depends on your device. For me, I have an iPhone 10. I don't need to update. I don't need the third camera. If you feel like you need that third camera, the ultra wide, the great low light video, by all means, yes, it's a great phone. The battery life is phenomenal, especially on the Pro. Now, remember that the Pro has the 3 cameras. The 11 does not have that third camera, but does have the ultra wide still. So know that you're still getting a great bargain even for the 11. But I recommend personally the 11 Pro. I don't know if you need the Pro Max. So that's my recommendation. If you have an iPhone 6, 7, 8, then yes, upgrade. By all means, upgrade. But if you have a 10, I think, or a 10S, then you can totally skip and wait until the very next 12, 13, whatever they're going to call it. We don't know, but that's just how it's going to be. So that's what you need to know about the iPhone 11. Great phone, great battery life, but save your money for the next phone that comes out. And also, we're going to be talking about a money tip for phones in case you do not want to upgrade. It's going to be really helpful for you, and we'll get back to that later on in the episode. The second thing I want to talk about for technology is the Galaxy Fold is going to be happening. And the Fold is basically where it's going to be the phone that folds outwards to where it can have 2 screens, and it's just one massive screen, but it's seamless. You don't actually see the crease at all happening within the phone. So what that means is that it has more battery, obviously. It comes with 512 gigs. And then also the RAM is at 12 gigs, which honestly, that's almost more than our computers at this point. Our phones have more than our computers, and that's just the way it is at this point. Spec-wise, the rear camera, it's running at 16 megapixels at the back. The front camera is running 10 megapixels. Not terrible. Obviously, this is a very high-end device, and since it is a high-end device, it has a high-end price. And so brace yourselves for this. $2,000 is going to be the price point for this device. Yes, $2,000. Now, I know that seems like a lot, but remember what you're getting. You're getting 2 screens. It folds out. It's it's almost like a tablet at this point. And so know that you're getting a lot, but I personally am an iPhone person. I like the cohesiveness of how iPhones work with the rest of the Apple products. And so know that that's just kind of my preference. I'm not hating on it, but that's just my preference. And so that's technology. That's everything that's happening in the technology world. We'll talk more about Teslas and Elon Musk and all the crazy stuff that is happening technology in the next coming episodes. And it's just going to be super good stuff because technology is always changing. It is always changing, so never forget that. Moving on to sports. Antonio Brown, if you guys been hearing all the news, all the drama, getting released from the Raiders, getting picked up by the Patriots, and now getting dropped by the Patriots. He's done. He's like, I'm done with the NFL. He doesn't want anything to do with it. He's fed up with it. He doesn't want the money, I guess. So he's going to have to figure out something else for his life. I wish the best to him. I hope everything works out. And wherever he goes, whatever he does, I hope it's good and it comes great. But the big thing about sports is that NBA season's coming up, people. NBA season. Yes, October 22nd is when the season kicks off. And I want to make sure you guys know that basketball is a big deal within my life. Football is. I love watching this stuff. Personally, Steph Curry fan. So I don't know if we got any Steph Curry fans out there. I know we got a lot of LeBron people, some KD fans, Kevin Durant. So let me know. Let us know in the comments or anything. Let us know what your favorite team might be. For NBA, for football, we want to know. We want to know what kind of our audiences are watching and everything. So that is sports. And so we're going to be just keep on going with these segments here. And we're moving on to the news and politics portion. Now, with the politics and news, know that this is a just give you kind of what's happening and let you guys decide on what's really going on here. We know some facts. We know facts are skewed. We know that things are made up, opinions are made up, and we know that it could be very dicey whenever going into this. And so before we hop into that, I want to let you know about our sponsor here called Red Bull. Red Bull is a sponsor of this video. Just kidding, they're not. I'm just thirsty, so I need a sip here quick. Okay, so news and politics. Big things are happening. Obviously, there are impeachments being called for Trump. Democrats want that to be able to happen. My big thing is that I want to make sure that the Democrats are focusing on things that are actually matter within the world. Like, let's figure out, like, how we're going to do better with the poverty issues. Let's figure out how we're going to do better with the issues that really do matter. And that's what they should be focusing on. That's what they should be running on. I think this is a distraction for what, and it's taken away from what they actually want to be able to accomplish. Like, I'm all for a fair fight and going to see who's the better person. But this is taken away from them, and it's given the spotlight to Trump. And so I don't know what side you guys are on, but I feel like both parties need to just focus on the big issues, and that is helping the American people and keeping America great. And so that's my 2 cents on that. Also happening in Hong Kong, if you guys have not noticed, there are protests that are happening in Hong Kong. And this has been because there have been protests because of the things that they want it to happen. And basically what they want is they want it to be like America, where there's a democracy, where the people actually have the power to be able to voice and pick people to be in the government there. And so that's what the protests are all about. It's been happening for months. There are thousands, literally thousands of people meeting up at these places and protesting because they want to see change happen. And so they want to be able to see that happen. And by doing that, they'd rather protest and not be at their jobs, not be doing the things that they're supposed to be doing for the sake of the greater good of the country. And I think that's cool. And I think that, and I'm hoping that change does happen. I think democracy is a great thing to allow power to the people so that they can choose who they want to see in power. And so just stay up to date with that. It's been happening for months, and it's not going to be slowing down anytime soon, I don't feel. And so, yeah, definitely some big stuff happening there. And so that's some of the news and politics that is happening. And know that, like I said, we just try to give you some of the things that are happening so you can be aware of and move on from there. And so moving on from there, like I just said, talking about some money and finance. So we got 2 quick tips for you this podcast here. First off, we're going to talk about a side hustle. And so a side hustle is where you can do something on the side for however much time you have, and you can get some extra money to pay off maybe a credit card, or maybe you got a loan that you got out, or maybe you got to pay off a car. This can help you pay that off. And so one of the side hustles that I've been doing personally is called Shipt. And what it is, it's a grocery delivery service to where you go to the grocery store, pick up, shop the groceries, and then you deliver it to the place requested. And so I highly recommend this. They're not a sponsor at all, but this is a great side hustle. We'll try to give you a side hustle each time that's pretty viable. And I give you my value behind it and why I think it's good. I think it's great because unlike Uber, you don't need to have a specific car. You just need to be able to get from A to B. And so I think it's great. The pay is great. I think its availability is awesome. It's very flexible to work with your schedule. And so if you're looking for an extra side hustle, look at that and think about maybe what you want to be able to add to your plate. But remember, don't add too much, because then you get overbearing and you get overworked, and then everything gets ruined because you're not happy about your original job that you're supposed to be doing. So be aware of that when working with side hustles. And yes, we'll be giving you more here as we come to next episodes and everything. The money tip of the week, I mentioned this before about iPhones, phones, payments. Know that when you pay your phone off, you don't have to pay that extra $18, $20, $25, $30 payment a month anymore. You own the phone. What that means is that you can put that extra money towards some debt that you have. And if you've ever seen Dave Ramsey, he's always talking about debt snowball. Take what you have, pay it off, and roll it on to the next thing that is the next most expensive thing. Pay that off, roll it on to the next one, and the next one, and the next one. This is an extra 25 to 30 bucks in your pocket you don't have to do anything about. You just have to be content with the phone that you have and be able to hold on to the fact that you know that you're getting something paid off. And I think that's a pretty big value. I think that you might think it is too. And so that's the money tip of the week. Pay your phone off and then don't get a new phone. Just wait. You can wait. Trust me. I know in this world it's hard to be content, but know that it's worth it. Last thing I want to talk about, and this is how we're going to close out the show. It's the music portion of it. Top artists on Spotify. We're going to roll through them real quick here. Ed Sheeran is rolling in at number 1 with 51 million streams. Drake is number 2. Ariana Grande number 3. Rihanna is number 4. Yes, Rihanna is number 4. And so that is the 4 for the music. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is it for our very first episode of Your Need to Know. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Love for you guys to be able to join us back here for the next time. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day, and always stay in the know.